the cost appropriateness, see if we can find a way to put it into the budget, see if there's agreement that it is cost effective, and get there. It's where Humboldt County already is, and I think that we just need to get on track with getting ourselves there, because it really is, there are going to be cost savings with respect to paper and reproducing, and fewer things being mailed out. So I think there will be some cost savings associated with the full automation component when we get there. But I think we need to know prior to the budget, and so staff is committed to bringing us back the next level of inquiry to our May meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Delbar.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The agenda summaries are submitted electronically. It's a matter of pushing a couple buttons to upload them, so I don't see the actual huge staff time requirements that's needed to do more of this. Mr. Mitchell had an opportunity to have a conversation with Granicus. This was one of the potential vendors, and is that one that's being looked at? Because what they offer is a turnkey process that ties into Questus that allows somebody to find the set of minutes and immediately link to video and the whole bit that I was really impressed with when I saw the demonstration. And so if it's not somebody, I don't want to go into details, but if it's not somebody that we're talking to, we might want to do that.
Excuse me. I'm not familiar with that firm. Questus is sort of the standard that a lot of counties use, because overall what we're looking at is something that works not only for the clerk but also works with document management throughout the county. That's the bigger ticket project that we're doing here. I think we can very easily and successfully produce the agenda online. The long-term implications of how we do records management is a much larger process, and I doubt that we will have funding for that project next year, but I do believe there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be moving forward with this project and taking a look at least the Questus portion of it, and then we would eventually go out with an RFP for records management. So yeah, I'd appreciate any input that you have. Potential vendors are out there. It's not a terribly complex project. It's once you get the routine down, it's just a clerical function. The Planning Commission does it every single week as part of their work, or the planning team does it. It's not complicated. It's just a matter of getting the documents in the right formats from the department and doing all of your linking. GSA staff has already worked on an HTML format. There'll be some training required of the clerk's office, but I think you're just going to find this is practically invisible. The second phase of what we're starting is a more complicated process, because then we want to start producing links to individual board items. So as we go through this process, we'll make some decisions about, will we link every single agenda summary with every single document, or will we refer them to departments' websites, or we do selected items that are of interest to the public. I mean, I don't know that we want to link to a proclamation, for instance. So those are decisions that we'll make through the process, but it's not a terribly complex project, in my opinion. That the technology is there, and GSA is prepared to help and assist with the project.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure there's other vendors out there as well as Granicus. I just happens to be the one that I had the conversation with. I was really impressed. It's all records management to them and how they did it. I guess my reservation along this all along has been, to me, this is a no-brainer as far as step one. It's pretty simple. And step two is, it's more of a staff-driven deal. I continue to have reservations of why this is burning up committee time. To me, this is a staff function. You have our office, the CEO's office, IS, general services. This is something that the professionals can deal with, and I'm not on the committee, thank God, but I just think it's not a wise use of committee resources and time to be dealing with the micromanagement of records management. That was my concern last time we dealt with this.
Supervisor Pinchas.
Well, I'm supportive of getting the information out there, and and I try to ask the question what's going to cost on every issue. And looking at it, I just hope this doesn't lead to hiring a consultant to do a study. That's all.
Absolutely not. In my opinion, there's no reason to engage a consultant on this activity. There should be sufficient staff time to do it. It may require some reprioritization of some existing duties, and we may have to make some decisions there. But there is absolutely no reason to engage a consultant, in my opinion, to do this work.
Question I have to Ms. Furman. I'm sorry, I was doing some multitasking up here. I missed the proposed implementation date. What, or was there one stated?
Yes, the first agenda that will come out with the hyperlinked documents will be the board's May 6th agenda.
May 6th. Thank you very much. Other comments from the board? This is a receipt of a report. There's no action required. Further discussion? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Look forward to it. Now, I'm sure the public does also. So
Thank you.
Thanks for the work. Let's see, let me check my list here. County Council, do you have a report for us?
I don't, but I just wanted to let you know that I'll be at the County Council meeting in Monterey starting tomorrow for the rest of the week. But I will be available by cell phone and my computer.
Okay. Before we go to supervisor reports, let's take up appointments. Item 12, I believe we have item E and item AA. Any action requested on item E? Or do you want to put that off?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion for the slate of candidates.
Okay, there is a motion for the slate. Do I hear a second at this time?
Second.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. It is for a slate. So to County Council, if a board member was opposed to a member of the slate, how would the board member state that?
Well, you would make the motion for the appointment of the remaining members, folks identified.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if there was a board member that wants to reduce the slate, I would be willing to rescind my motion to accommodate that.
Okay, to take them up individually?
Sure.
Would that be possible? Okay, so why don't we just start with the first one? Susanna Smith, make a motion?
Wilson.
Or Wilson, I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm going blind too. Is that a motion?
Well, I'd rather, if there's a board member that wants to have one of the slates removed, maybe we should start there.
Okay, well, I will,
I got a suspect of which that is.
I have a concern with the second name listed, Ms. McClure, and I would be voting no on her appointment. The remainder of the slate, I would be voting yes.
Well, Mr. Chairman, with that, I'll make a motion to approve Susanna Wilson, John O'Villa, Christina Nunez, and Emelia Bartolome.
Okay, do I hear a second? Okay. The four names as stated is in the form of a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Any further action on item E? Okay, hearing none. Let's move to item AA, I believe. There is a motion before us for the First Five Commission, Jim Levine. Do I hear a second?
Second.
There is a second. Any discussion to the appointment? All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Okay. I believe that's all the appointments. Going to supervisors' reports. Any reports before us?